Hi, dreamers. Get nice and cozy. Life is tough, but we're growing together. Late night growth talks.
Hi dreamers, welcome to another episode of Late Night Growth Talks, getting a sneak peek on how successful young people in our society grew along the way. We're joined with a very special guest. You may know him as Camilla Roman for his jaw-dropping drag performances, love for theater, and just being overall drop-dead gorgeous. The amazing, the bold, Ryan Roman.
Thank you so much for having me, my love.
I'm so happy that you're here.
I'm honored.
No, I'm sorry. Like when I met, off camera, I told Ryan that there were so many people that wanted him on the podcast, and I also feel like this is going to be one of the most interesting, crazy episodes.
Let's do it. We're here for a roller coaster.
We're here for all of it. So Ryan, I'm not sure if you're familiar with how the podcast works. I know that I sent you the invitation and you got everything. So the way that the podcast is structured, there's 3 sections. So it's the root, the climb, and the dream. So the root is basically talking about everything that happened, like your family, basically where you come from, who you are. And then the climb is talking about your motivations, your habits, things that got you through hard times, things like that. And then the dream is basically summing up what your end goal, ultimate destination is for success. So we're gonna get into all of that. Start with the root. So to get into it, you mentioned that you're big on family, and I met your cousin, and I know that you're very, very close to your family. What does your family mean to you?
Well, I've got a big old family.
Also because you're Cuban.
It's cute, it's the Latin. I am fortunate enough that I was able to be raised where our cousins were all very tight-knit. We all grew up together, we were all the camaraderie was definitely there. And that bled in so much to my upbringing because, imagine when you're in a world where you're ostracized, you're different, you have people and family, and I'm so beyond grateful of how close my family is, especially my tias, my uncles, my parents, that their support means everything. And for a dream as ambitious as mine, my whole life I've always had that desire, that little telling me like, this is what you want. And I'm grateful enough that I have people like that in my circle to support me, and for better or for worse, that everything happens for a reason. And it's brought me to where I am here, so I can complain.
Oh, that's so sweet. I feel like family is everything, and I feel like you can tell.
Absolutely.
Like people that have like a really, really tight-knit family, and also like how it affects them. So I'm so glad that your family is so supportive of you, and like that's such a blessing. You grew up in theater. You've been a theater kid.
Yes, absolutely.
Like with that said, are you an introvert, extrovert, or ambivert? What would you say?
Definitely an extrovert.
Okay, so you get energy from other people.
Absolutely.
Around. Okay, cool.
I feel like definitely the energy of the people that you're around, if you're around very vibrant and like-minded people, that's gonna fuel you.
I love that.
And don't get me wrong, it's nice to be alone. Everybody likes to be alone.
No, everyone needs a little time. We need it, guys.
I do value my alone time. Mm-hmm. However, I love to be around people. To me, I'm a people. That's what makes life worth living, is that you go out, you meet people, you are encountering different faces, different souls that you, especially in places where you see people from all walks of life. Yeah. That's something that is always a culture shock to me.
No, I love that. I feel like I'm an ambivert. I like talking to people, of course. Like I love talking to people and meeting people, but like I feel like I get like a good amount of energy from both.
Oh, I feel
like I need my own time, and then I need to like go out and like recharge with like my friends, and like, but I feel like I'm mixed. Like I feel like I can't, like I'm not out all the time. Mm-hmm. But like I totally get what you're saying, and also like I feel like I can tell.
Always, girl, always.
It's just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
We're diving into the good stuff. We're gonna start getting into your identity and all of everything. That's like a lot of people have asked me, so these are actually from you guys. So this is from, we're gonna keep them anonymous, but how was it growing up queer, and why do you think drag was for you? You can start with one after the other.
Good one. You throw me good ones, girl.
This is somebody that asked for you.
Definitely.
So,
growing up queer, everyone's experience is different. I can't talk. I can only speak for myself.
No,
but you grow up your entire life knowing you're different in some sort of way.
Absolutely.
And it's not just something that you know 90% of the time is shit other people pick. Sorry, can I curse?
No, yeah, you can curse. You're
Perfect. It's things that other people pick up on. Mm-hmm. Whether it be family, even if they like to deny it, it doesn't go unseen.
Yeah.
And so definitely, I guess, growing up queer, you are kind of faced you're given a choice. Either you conform or the decision we all have to make, because that's everyone, whether you're queer, straight, anything. You have to choose at one point whether you're going to be yourself or not. And for queer people, that's a choice that comes earlier than not normal, but earlier than that mindset is supposed to be prepared for.
It probably also like comes on stronger.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, because it's like everyone's going through like their normal stuff, and then you have this extra something that you have to like overcome and go through. Even though like I don't think like that it's like, I wouldn't necessarily call it like a challenge, because of course like everyone develops it differently, but it's also something that's just like an extra difference, which is like something that everyone has to work through if you have any sort of difference. I hate the word normal, but I feel like it's like different than the norm. Like it's like a little extra, you have a little extra seasoning on it. So with growing up queer, like of course like you had to kind of like grow up in a different way. You had to open yourself up in a different way and go through these challenges, and also just like find yourself as a different person, knowing that you had something different about you. Like how did you feel like stuck out like a sore thumb, or did you ever feel isolated because of it? Do you feel like when you made the choice to like be open about being queer, it like helped you, or like what was your experience with the whole thing?
I definitely always say that even though coming out isn't easy, it's always worth it, because at the end of the day, when you get that weight off of your chest, regardless of how the world is going to react to your circle,
Absolutely.
It's just a relief. And so exactly, you're being you, if there's one thing anyone needs to do in this life, it's be themselves. Where I started to realize that I was definitely not straight and definitely not normal. But at that time, I was already, like you said, like I had started in the theater, and theater was so pivotal in bringing that out of me and kind of showing me like, hey, there's this world where you can be yourself. You can be a clown, you can be whatever you want. It's the stage, it's your game, the whole world is stage. So definitely that is kind of what got the gears going.
But going back, why do you think drag was for you? Because I know that you don't have to like I feel like being queer and being like part of the LGBTQ community is like so fluid. Like you don't have to do drag and be queer, or you don't have to like be queer and do drag. Why was drag for you?
I just took such a kin to it, and it was the first time that I'd ever felt, like I was telling you, at 14 years old was the first time I ever performed in drag in Hairspray.
Yes.
And that was just a moment for me. That was like, wow, this is something not only you're good at, but something that I felt like whole from. It just made me so content because to perform, to be a performer is to entertain people.
Absolutely.
But something about that, I was like, damn, these people are having the time of their life. Fuck, I gotta be about this. And it just made me so happy. And from then on out, I was like, this is what I want to do. That's what propelled me to really get into makeup. That was what propelled me to look at this as, yes, it's fun and games, but at the same time, at the end of the day, aside from everything, it can be a career if you want it to be, but if you're not having fun, what are you doing?
True.
So that's kind of that moment at that age is what told me, yes, this is what you want to do.
No, I love it. And also your makeup. I remember I saw this blue alien
Stop!
that you did, and I couldn't believe it. Like, it's beyond me, guys. Like, I literally couldn't even like blend my eyeshadow this morning. But we're here. So that's beautiful. I love it. And that's the end of the section. I think you're like the fastest person we've ever had. Okay, so now we're getting into the climb. So kind of to like recap what it is, it's just talking about your habits, what keeps you going, all of that good stuff. And like also like your not really like coping mechanisms, but things that like keep you intact when times are tough in general. When you started with drag, how did you go about it, and like how do you feel like it changed you? Like when you actually started going and performing and like doing your stuff, and like how did you start? Because most people, like even if like they want to get into drag, or like someone that wants to follow in your footsteps, they're just like, do you just show up? Like, is that what it is? So how was it like starting for you? Like what did it look like?
Well, kind of like I mentioned earlier, I am super grateful that I have an amazing family, and I have an aunt of mine who is very dear, Jen, which I'm sure you've met.
I've seen her.
Who is
I've seen her all over your story. Like you guys are like.
That's my rock. That's my girl.
Love her.
And I'm so grateful to her because she was the one who, not only she loves drag, she queer just like us. She loved.
I saw her with her girlfriend.
Yeah,
she
is so cute. And she was the one. She would take Jonathan and I to these drag shows, and the three of us would just go out, and that became like routine. And that was how we stumbled upon Villain Theater.
Oh my gosh.
And from there, the very first time we walked in, I just looked around at the place and I said, mark my words, Carmilla is going to perform here. And shit, what do you know? A month later,
She's there.
I DM'd Arisela and Liner Batty, the two hosts,
Love it.
and I reached out and I said, hey, I'm a local baby queen in here in Miami. I've been performing for the better half of my life. I'm a makeup artist. I would love if y'all threw me a bone. I would love it. And I was so beyond grateful to them. When I tell you those two,
they work really hard. They work insanely hard.
The hardest workers, the most attentive, they're amazing. I can't say enough about them. And they were the ones who got me the start at Villain. And that was just a rolling streak. Here we are.
So well. Like
so much.
you looked, even like the first time that I went to go see you, you looked like you've been doing it for so long. Like it looked like that was your spotlight.
Thank you.
Like it looked like it was meant for you. And what I mean, like even if, I don't know, like even if you're like, if I was like, I guess like your parent, or like if I had a kid that did that, like I feel like that would like, they're so happy. Like I can't even be mad. Like even if it's controversial, I'll be like, you know what, I'll deal.
I live.
It was
Thank you so
literally
much.
meant for you. It was so beautiful. And also like all of my friends that like, even my best friend Mia that you might see on the podcast one day. Mia's also like part of like LGBTQ. She's queer, loves women.
She always brings a vibe.
No, she brings it. And then
Always.
she loved it. And then I dragged my boyfriend. And that was so fun, guys. You have to drag your boyfriends if you go. Like you have to.
There is a video, not to interrupt you, sorry,
No, go
that I constantly think about. And it's from like the audience perspective, and you can see Mia like in the very front.
Oh my God.
And she's like, with like the cauldron, she just hits it with one of the, every time I see it, I die. I'm like, that is how you go to a drag show. You get the vibe. She was there.
Also, it was so funny because Mia got the corner seat. Also, like, Mia got the corner seat of that because she wanted all the queens to do whatever.
She's so awesome.
Mia, all the queens literally, like, came up to Mia, like, sat on Mia, like, caressed Mia's face. And Mia was like, you can do whatever you want. I'll sign an NDA. I'll sign the consent form. An
affidavit, anything.
Like, literally, I'll do anything. Like, Mia was so down. So please go to a drag show if you guys ever have the opportunity. It's so phenomenal and amazing. But anyway, get back to business. And of course, like you felt like drastically accepted from drag. Like you felt like this was like your community. So drag and anything in the LGBTQ space can be seen as like over-sexualized or controversial. How did you maintain your grit when times were tough, where you felt like you might have had some judgment, or if you had a negative experience? Like how did you feel that you managed all of that, like negativity, like controversy, whatever, if it was ever like presented to you?
I guess I could tell you, not necessarily negativity, but more so just, I've always been, my whole life, I've always liked the abnormal, the weird, the dark, the strange. And of course that bleeds into my drag. Everything I do is very spooky, very horror inspired. And it's something I guess you do see down here, but in a lot of the mainstream spaces, you don't, I guess, necessarily see that like alternative side.
Absolutely.
So I wouldn't say that I got negativity from that, but definitely I guess being seen as like, oh, like she's different. But no malice, I didn't see it as a negative or anything.
No, like at all. Like you always saw like, and also what would you say to people that would see like drag or anything as like over-sexualized? Or like if it's like, or anything in like the LGBTQ space is like controversial or over-sexualized, like what would you say to them?
I would definitely say that there's a time and space for everything. Where you look, you will find. If you are looking, especially in big cities like Miami, if you're
Miami
looking,
has a hotspot. Like it's a hotspot for so many things.
The main, especially down here, the very popularized, very well-known drag spots, you are not going to see that. It's because I believe that they realize the audience that they're portraying to. It's not just, it used to be very niche because it was so underground, but now that drag has become such a craze and such a big thing, I feel like they've had to accommodate and kind of assimilate.
Yes.
However, if you're looking for, you can find it, but it definitely is not as mainstream or. Drag is very camp and very. At the end of the day, drag is stupid. What drag is at its core is camp, and what is camp? It's ridiculous, and that's why we love it. That's why you have such a good time, because you just see people being themselves and not worrying about looking dumb or being embarrassed, and
it's so fun, guys. You have to go.
So certainly, definitely, I would say in that sense. And the agenda that's being pushed, that's over-sexualized, is definitely something that's getting fought.
Yeah.
in the past 2, 3, 4 years,
Absolutely.
especially here in Florida.
No, for sure. Yeah.
And like having to bring up age limits, because before you could be whoever and walk into a drag show, but no, now everything is
Like
18
18
up.
plus and like everything. Absolutely. I love that you touched on that. You've done a lot of awesome looks. You've slayed the stage under the spotlight on multiple occasions. You perform almost every week. How do you come up with your concepts? Like, is it like ideas? Is it pictures? Is it shows that you like? Is it everything? Is it a sketchbook? Like, how do you come up with your looks, your ideas, your concepts?
Definitely, I will always tell you that my greatest strength in life, whether it be school, drag, any situation in life, the fact that I've watched a lot of movies in my life, I swear to, I'm a movie person. You can throw me a movie, most likely I've seen it. That has propelled me so much, and people will tell you that it's a negative. Oh, you watch a lot of movies.
Who cares?
Girl,
Guys.
how do you think I got through school? That teaches you so, and same thing with shows, but
Yeah.
especially classic movies and classic, I always get inspiration from that. I love, like I told you, horror and just classic 80s, things like that I like to draw from. So I guess that's where I would get my ideas and books too. I love to read.
Oh my god, I remember I was gassed one time when you did Hex Girls from Scooby-Doo.
Yes!
I was dragged back to my childhood. Like, there was like, I was like, and the way that I knew every word.
Because they were the tea.
I'm sorry, Hex Girls? I'm sorry, like, also because guys, like, well, I'm bi, so I was like,
That was the bi awakening.
That was the bi awakening.
Shit, that was my straight awakening. I don't know what it was.
Like-
With Thorn, when she was throwing back that little guitar, I said, I didn't know if I want to be her. That part, I didn't know if I want to be her or be with
Also,
her.
the fangs?
It was so good.
Guys, it ate. It ate. It was beautiful. Okay. What do you think is the hardest thing about like going for what you want so intentionally? Because I feel like so many people don't do things because they're either afraid of failure or they feel like it's not going to work out for them. But you go with it so intentionally and you're going so full force on something that you believe in and something that you love. What do you think is the hardest part of like doing that so intentionally, or like the thing so it kind of like eases people's minds that they want to go jump to do something that's kind of out of the ordinary, but it's something that they love?
I guess I don't know. My whole life I've always been full throttle. Like in it, like either you're jumping in the deep end, you're not dipping a toe in. You got to jump in the deep end and learn how to swim, even if you don't. In that sense, we're going into it with a lot of mindfulness and a lot of intention. I was just like, it's either all or nothing. You can't do something and half-ass it.
Because also you're not gonna get, because also like I feel like a lot of people that do half-ass it, then you're like, oh, why didn't it work? And I'm like, you didn't even like fully. You have to fully go for it. Like you can't.
Embrace it fully.
Yeah.
Life's scary. It's not gonna wait. Taking my own notes here.
Oh yeah. Like guys, take notes. Like that's the point of all of this. So we're done with the climb. This is so fast. We're doing it
It's the
so
climb. I take that out because I can't sing.
That's so staying in. I don't care. We have a little activity. So you've worked with a bunch of different queens. So I don't know what to call this. I don't think I'm gonna give it a name this time. Usually I give the activity a name, but I feel like it's gonna just speak for itself. These are all, I have a bunch of pictures of different queens that you've worked with and some off stage. And I wanna know what you think of them, because you probably know who all of them are. If you know them, if you don't know them, you've worked with them, what it's like working with them.
I love this. Let's do it.
First of all, Miss Liner Batty herself.
Miss Liner Batty herself. Y'all, when I tell you, Liner Batty is the most... She's like me. She's a character. She comes from the theater. That is something that we most like click on, is that she has that sense of like...
The theater background.
Oh my god. And that's something also that caught me off guard about drag, was how intertwined it was.
Super.
She's awesome. And there's a day on, I want to tell you, Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
That it was just her and I, because everybody ended up like leaving after the show, and we kind of just stayed because she was trying to push me to go to the after party.
Got you.
And that night I just saw such a I was like, this bitch is so cool. I was like, damn, because obviously like,
yeah,
the first time I met her, I was very like grateful to her and very like, because I'm like, you gave me this really amazing opportunity.
Absolutely.
And you get to see someone throughout time, especially working in a performance setting.
And they're the host every single time. Anytime they're a villain.
But honestly, as time went on, I really just came to like grown affection for this person. I was like, damn, you're really cool. I love you.
Oh, that's
so, yeah.
so cute. I love that.
I love me some Liner. She's so sweet.
No, she's so sweet. Okay, so ready? I don't know if you've performed with them a lot, but I know that you have performed with them. Sin Silva.
Oh my god, we love us some Sin Silva. Sin Silva is fucking awesome.
Amazing.
Let me tell you something. This goes for all of these queens, both Liner, Sin, whoever got lined up. These people are so talented.
And they work so hard.
They're such hard workers. They're so like that, and I admire them so much. And Sin Silva is because they work at Wilton. They're the booking manager, so they got a lot on their plate, and they are just fucking amazing.
Amazing. Oh
They're
my gosh,
awesome.
I love that. You're going so like eating. Okay, so Trixie Mattel.
Ooh. Okay, I like Trixie Mattel. I do. She's hysterical. She's funny. I don't watch her as much as I used to. I used to be more. Are there other queens that I would like if I would give you a top 3 of them, like Drag Race girls? Because I can't. I don't know her because I never met her. But I can tell you that I would sure as hell pay money to see her. That's for sure.
Oh my god, I love. That's beautiful. Okay, Sarita.
Fucking love Ari. My girl, she's so sweet.
I'm sorry. Also, this look 8.
I'm telling you, don't play with my Miss Audrey too.
Beautiful.
She's so sweet. She's like a big sister. She's just all of these girls, but her and Liner were just so caring and so like. Another big thing about this whole experience that I kind of didn't mention is that to be like young in this setting, like underage, it's not scary, but it's intimidating because you don't know who you're gonna be
everyone's
performing
older
with.
than you. You're the youngest. You're the baby.
I'm the baby, fairly legal. And so these girls, and I'm going into that setting, going into all these clubs. I didn't know how to approach it. I'm like, do I like? Because I'm the first to. I ain't gotta know nothing real, but. I felt that like I could tell these girls and they both of them, they're just so sweet and so open, and especially Ari. That's my girl. I've been to her house. She's my girl.
So cute. I
She's
literally
awesome.
died when Ari said this one thing. One time, guys, we take like anything you got, like EBT cards, like cash, like anything you got, we can take.
I love.
And I'm like, I'm sorry. When she pulled out the EBT, I was like, oh.
And let me tell you something about Ari.
Mm.
You can throw my girl a storm. You can throw her a fucking moving car. She's gonna get out the other side.
I love that.
And that's what I think is most admirable.
That's so sweet. And the queen of them all.
Hey, don't play with Mama. What do I have to say about Mama? I mean, I can tell you, my ass wouldn't be sitting here without her. Because y'all probably wouldn't know what drag is. It would probably still be underground.
What would you do if you had the opportunity to meet her?
Never meet your idols. I don't know. Wait, is RuPaul my idol? Can I say RuPaul is my idol? RuPaul is someone I definitely look up to and definitely admire a lot.
But idol maybe.
Idol, god damn, she's got money.
Oh.
And she
the houses, the boats,
is a very, but also that comes with age. She's a very wise
Yes.
person. She's very wise. She's very knowledgeable. She's like an oracle.
Doing this for a very long time.
So definitely, if I could be under her tutelage, if I could
learn. I feel
learn
like it would be
something.
super intimidating because also she's so tall.
I'm shit. I'll stand up. I just gotta look up a
So
little
tall.
bit.
It's 6 foot something.
She's gotta be 6'4", and then with heels on, probably taller.
That's crazy to me.
So
it's towering over you.
She's 3 inches shorter than me.
And the waves
taller than me.
too,
I got
this weave.
That's a tall ass bitch.
That's
I'm gonna hit it with a
yes.
just a little bit.
A little bit. Wait, oh my god. Okay, so that's the end of the activity. So we're going so fast, but honestly, I'm kind of living for it because we're getting the gist of everything, and I love it. So now we're moving on to the dream. So the dream is basically where you see yourself, what the ultimate destination is for you, what it looks like. You would imagine your ultimate destination and success. What would it look like? What is your end goal? What is success to you?
I would definitely say I've known my whole life that I was never gonna stick to one career path.
Yeah.
That was something I was told at a very young age. The gods willed it. I've known my whole life that I was never going to stick to one thing. I just know at the root of it all, I love to perform, I love to entertain.
Absolutely.
So I definitely, drag is something that I am going to carry with me and through my whole life, and that's something that's going to, but a big fear I had with starting at this young was brandishing myself in one thing.
Yeah.
I didn't want to that's why I was so adamant about Carmilla being a persona. Like, yeah, she me.
Yeah.
She's my other half. But when the wig and everything comes off, I'm still Ryan.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the day, Ryan Roman is always going to be here before Carmilla.
Yeah.
So I definitely think where I see myself, the big three will always be drag, modeling, and acting. That's what I love to do. That is what y'all gonna see. The doll on big screens. I love makeup. I love just the film industry. And if being able to work in SFX, being able to work in
You would kill in SFX. Like,
That's just-
you would do, like, amazing things.
I'm a scary ass bitch. I feel like a lot of people nowadays are scared to be embarrassed. They're scared to get gritty and get ugly and get, no.
And not
no.
be like the norm.
I always say, like, my dream role, how they have people like the nun, who she was like, at the end of the day, you take off all her makeup, she's a stunning woman, but you put her in that, oh my god, I would die. That is I want to be the creature in the
movies.
I love it all. I want to do it all.
Like, you would be like it.
I would die. I'm like Thor. I would say in a past life, I think I was a jester.
Oh.
I'm a firm, I think, like, you can take
Maybe.
the clown out the circus.
I kind of see that. That's crazy.
That will always
You have
follow
the
me.
style.
I'm a jester. I am
my
a
gosh.
clown. I was probably got my head chopped off for talking shit about the king. But no, and writing too is another thing that I also,
You love to write?
because I love to read. I loved it my whole life.
What's your favorite, like, book genre? Is it all thriller? Always?
Fantasy.
Really? Actually, I could see
I love me some fantasy. Whether it be sci-fi, and this goes for movies too. Anything that's sci-fi, I hate the world. I can't
you like
stand.
to go and, like,
I can stand people.
escape.
I want to be taken. If I'm paying almost. Can you believe movie tickets are $20, girl? The other day.
No, they're 30. Like, if you go to, like, Cine Bistro right here, $30. Like,
Y'all are out your mind. Because I'm like, that's something I love to do, so go to the movies. You think if I'm paying almost $20, you better take me to another world. I better be seeing superheroes clash. I better see creatures come to life. I better an exorcism being had, something. So definitely.
You gotta be getting your money's worth.
Something juicy, something fantastical.
I love that. I love that you say passion, because I feel like a lot of people say, like, I just want to be rich and have all this money and that's everything and that's all I want in life. And then you're very like, this is like what I believe in, this is my passion and this is what I want.
What do you get out of that? Where's the...
Like, there's not much. Like, you can only have so much money and then be like, okay, cool.
Twiddling your thumbs in a Maserati.
Yeah. Also, because the thing is, it's so funny. Like, I remember I was like watching these like influencers, and like it's also this like guy that has a lot of money. It's like you can only like drive your Ferrari the speed limit.
Literally.
Like, you're not going to be out here like doing this crazy stuff. Like, of course you can travel everywhere. You can do all of this stuff. But the thing is, I feel like at your base, if you don't have people that you connect with, if you don't have a community, if you're not doing things that you love, and you're not surrounded by something that you feel a part of, money doesn't matter. And the things don't
So it makes life
matter.
worth living.
Yeah, because also at the end of the day, like, little things like don't matter. Like, actual like solid objects, like most of the time, like, it's the connections, it's the people, it's all of the things that you connect with. And if it's like, oh my god, I have all this money and like I'll be happy. No, sweetheart, it's like way below that. So I love how you said it.
I feel like the ultimate goal in life, like where you see back in the day in like this Victorian era, all these, you don't see people, you wouldn't die for a material object.
No.
If you really truly loved a person with your entire soul and
Being. Yeah.
oh, you're good, knock on wood.
Yeah.
You would die for them.
Yes.
And you're never gonna do that for a material object, for a car, for anything. People are refusing to see that now, so I'm really glad that you said that.
No, I love it. I think that was like a beautiful like way to go into it. What do you think is the best thing that's come out of everything you've done? Like drag, going into theater, meeting all these friends, like going through your life right now. What do you think is like the best thing that's come out of like everything so far?
Oh my word. I definitely want to tell you, like what I just said, the things that I value most in my life are the people that I love.
Mm-hmm.
And most of them came from certain things that I did in my life that I loved. Those were how those people came, because of like-minded, like Alex, or just even people that have been there my whole life were just drawn closer by that. So I guess that's what I took up most out of it. Because yeah, you get the validation, you get
for sure.
But at the end of the day, knowing like that people got you, it feels good.
No, it's great. And also like I said, like you have to have a community. Like that is the one thing that like everyone needs, and that's why so many people go through like, I think the craziest thing that people can go through is like crazy loneliness or solitary and like all of that stuff where you just like don't feel like you're connected with people, and that's like the worst thing that can happen. So I feel like having a strong community is like literally like you could have nothing, no money, nothing to your name, and you could still live a very like rich and full life with just having good people around you.
Absolutely.
And I feel like now in our society it's so materialistic that they're just like, oh my god, like if I just have like my house and like live alone in it in the middle of the woods, like I'll like be okay. And I'm like, what do you mean?
Like, don't get me wrong, it sounds nice.
It sounds nice, but like alone, not ever talking to anybody.
Solitude is very hard on the soul.
It's like, oh my gosh. Also, because humans are social creatures. Even if you like talk to one person, like a day,
you need that
you need something.
Another person's aura. You need that that energy. No, absolutely. Our energy is only so finite.
No, absolutely. What piece of advice would you give to your younger self or other people that are trying to follow in your footsteps? Or you can do it separately. Like if you want to do one for your younger self and
That's
then
good.
for
I like that.
Let's do that. Because I can see, because you said younger self, and I'm like, oh, we're separating this question.
What would I tell my younger self?
Yeah.
I guess stop trying for people, even if I wasn't fucking queer or anything, just regardless, you don't have to try so hard to get people to like you. The people who are meant for you in this life, the people who meet you that like you, if you can't get in your head and say, oh my god, am I a bad person? Because no, you will draw the right people to you. And I felt like, I guess for a lot of growing up, I felt the need to assimilate and be like, oh my god, there's got to be something wrong here.
Yeah.
No, babe, you gonna meet your people. Half the time, all these other people are so lost in themselves trying to be something else that they can't even see you for your true beauty. So
there's so many people. Like you're gonna find somebody.
I would definitely say that and just like value yourself more and know who you are. Because when you have so many people for so long tell you who you are, to break out of that spell is so. But you gotta do it. It's either you swim or you drown. You gotta do it. However, for your second question,
yes.
What
advice
would I give to
maybe like queen, like incoming queens?
Ooh, a baby queen. I like that.
A baby queen, maybe. An incoming makeup artist, someone that's maybe about to come out.
I would say, and this goes for not only just drag, anything like tarot, anything, any profession skill like that. You need to know truly deeply before you go out there that you not only love what you're doing, but you gotta tell yourself you're good at it. Because number one, why are you gonna waste your time doing something if you're like, fuck, don't put yourself in that. Get out of there, babe. You don't gotta do this yourself. However, I do think for baby queens, what I would say is get your mug on check. You can't be walking out here looking choppy.
Oh, that's crazy.
You can't be walking. I'm sorry. That is something I was grateful for. Is that performance-wise, I had the background from theater, and then makeup. Had I walked out there Mama would have looked crazy. But makeup in quarantine, I just had all these years that I dedicated to that, so it was something that I fortified. So I would definitely say get your mug and check before you walk out. Have a concept. Know who this image of this person you're trying to sell. Because you can, I think you're not yourself.
You gotta have a brand.
You gotta have a brand, you gotta have a persona, you gotta have a character that you have to sell. Because if not, people ain't gonna buy it. So I would definitely say that.
I love that. That's so beautiful. Okay, this was so fast. I think this is the fastest interview that we've ever had.
Fastest interview?
It was beautiful. Ryan, thank you so much for being here. I'm so honored just to have you, and I know that so many of you guys were waiting for him to come on, and I think that you said so many beautiful things that will connect with so many people. But that's it from us. Have a beautiful night, and sleep well, dreamers.
Late night girl talks.